My name is Reuben Ajayi, and I am currently a software engineer, and I am on my way to becoming an AWS cloud engineer. I am from Nigeria, and I came to the US to do my bachelor's degree in computer information systems back in 2010, and then gained some experience working at a lab on campus called Laboratory for Advanced Biomedical Informatics. And what we did was just pretty much analyze big data. So that was my sort of entry point into the computer science world. I got a full-time position as the software engineer, and I started as a full stack engineer before I became a UX UI developer. And ever since, I've been programming till date. So I am familiar with some AWS resources, but I never really had the opportunity to get my hands dirty. I never really had the opportunity to work with a lot of the technologies offered by AWS. And since I have, just worked around certain resources offered by AWS, it's just this drive to just learn more about it because it's really interesting. So I can't really say that or there are any other factors outside that, but it's just due to curiosity as a software engineer. So when I started working with a few of the AWS resources being offered, I have to be honest that I sort of shied away from anything cloud. In the beginning, it seemed just too complex for me. However, I took it as a challenge. After having a lot of these conversations with fellow developers and mostly cloud engineers, just from the conversation I've had with them, I realized, man, there's a lot of changes. With AWS specifically, the technologies being offered grows at an exponential rate. I mean, it's so fast that I can say that there is more growth within the cloud engineering field than software engineering. I got more curious to then, just figure out how to learn this. Try it. Just try it. It took me a while to get there. It took me a while to start playing with cloud engineering tools. And some people or some software engineers just, again, like I said in the beginning, I just shied away from it. But for some weird reason, a lot of us tend to just get very comfortable and just not play around some of these tools that are available even for free. My advice is just step in and step up and try it, and figure it out. If you're gonna love it, then you could also create a habit. One of the things I did while I was in school, and the approach I took to actually learning software engineering or coding is building an application, a step at a time. No matter how small the application is. If it's a small calculator, I did it. If it's a small, mobile application that does maybe just one thing and has maybe one functionality, I built it. And before I knew it, I was just used to coding. It became a habit for me to get home and just start building something. And the money is great, especially in the cloud field. You can't learn within a very short time frame. I can understand why you've got people who would rather go the cheaper route. It's quite affordable, right? But the truth is you wouldn't learn as much fundamentals as you would if you actually took your time to understand a lot of the concepts within this field, to understand that you need practical work. You need an internship, you need an instructor, you need sort of an actual class style program. That is the best way to learn. Hands-on experience, nothing like hands-on experience. So I would always choose programs like Yellowtail, for instance, as opposed to going through, these 5-week boot camps. Again, not that some of them don't work, but it typically works out for people who already have some level of experience within the field.